Today we're going to do a home workout. I recommend wearing running shoes and just having a bit of space to move. You don't need any equipment. We're starting by having a warm-up, getting our body ready for the rest of the workout. So just marching on the spot, roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Keep marching. Throughout this home exercise workout, just remember that you can modify anytime, take a break as needed, have a sip of water. Always listen to your own body. We'll start rolling our arms out in front of us, lifting the arms up to the ceiling, coming back down, change direction with your rolling arms, lifting up, coming down, nice tall spine, change direction again, lift those arms. This time we're gonna lift them up and keep them up, making light fists, imaginary punching bag. So strong arms punching into that imaginary punching bag up here. Keep marching your feet, staying here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring your arms down. You could roll the shoulders one time again. Keep marching. Bring your arms right out to the sides, palms face forward, cross your arms in front and open. And keep going, alternating which arm comes on top. A couple more like this. Nice work. Bring those arms down. We'll stay with our punching theme. Light fists here in front of your chest. Alternating knee lifts, high knees here. And then opposite arm is going to punch forward. If you end up doing same side arm, that's totally fine. We wanted to start feeling our body warm up, feel like we're breathing a little bit heavier, faster. Staying here, 4, 3, 2, we'll go back to march. March it out, bring your feet a little bit wider apart and start lifting your heels behind for hamstring curls. Those light fists are going to be at shoulder height and we're going to lift both arms at the same time to the ceiling. So reaching the arms up as we're lifting heels behind. Staying here, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to your march. All right, make sure you have a little bit of room to move side to side. We're gonna do 2 side steps. Stepping side, side, and back. Push your arm out to the side in the direction you're moving. Push, push, and back. Push, push. Couple more like this. And then we're going to continue to step side to side, making big circles with our arms. So just lifting those arms up and around as you do your 2 steps. Let's go one more each way. Nice work. All right, we should feel a little warmed up, ready for the rest of our workout. First exercise we're going to do, we're going to find a wall that we can put our hands on. And before I turn around fully and get into position, I'll just review sideways what this is going to look like. We're going to be strengthening back of the body here. As one leg comes straight out behind, I'm keeping my upper body upright so I'm not tipping forward, and my opposite arm is going to pull back. So we're working glutes, as well as shoulders, as well as back, all at the same time. So find a wall, you're gonna put your hands at shoulder height, and your body's gonna be kind of close to the wall, parallel to the wall. So I'm starting here, I'm taking one leg straight out behind me, My toes are pointing forward toward the wall. At the same time, the opposite arm, keeping my elbow bent, I'm pulling my arm back. And then foot down and hand down. Same side again, leg extends, arm pulls back, and lower. And keep going, upper body's upright, I'm not leaning forward, and I'm breathing. I'll do 2 more here. Nice work. Now in between sides, you could always bring your arms down, shake the arms out, roll the shoulders, shake the legs, and then we'll do the other side. Getting back into position, my hands are at shoulder height. Other leg is coming straight out behind me, and opposite arm pulls back and lower. My toes are pointing forward at the wall. My elbow can stay bent. I'm thinking about shoulder blade pulling back. And 2 more here. Nice work. Shake it out. Our next exercise, we're going to be doing squats. Squats are a very traditional exercise in workouts, and for good reason. Very functional, great for strengthening the legs. So just to review what a squat is, every time you sit down and stand up on a chair, you're doing a squat. So if you're new to this exercise, a great way just to check in on positioning is to have a chair behind you, and you don't even have to sit right down, but it helps you visualize. You have your feet maybe a little wider than hip width, hands on your hips, and then we think about hips coming back as if we're going to sit down, and then you can come all the way back up. The other things to think about are knees are going to track over top of my ankles, and although my upper body comes forward, I'm keeping my chest lifted. My eyes are forward. I'm not rounding my upper back. So a squat is like this. I'm in my, as if I'm about to sit down, knees are over my ankles, and my chest is still lifted, and then I come up. For today's exercise, we're going to go down for a count of 3. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and all the way back up. So just have your hands on your hips. You could also have your arms at your side if that's better for you. And as I said, my feet are a little wider than hip width. You can play around with adjusting the foot position slightly so that it works for you. So here we go. We're going down for 3, 2, 1, and all the way up. 3, 2, 1, and lift. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, and up. You might see each time that you come down, maybe you can come a little bit lower, but check in with your joints. Never want to work through any kind of pain. You want to feel your muscles working. Muscles getting a little bit tired, that's totally fine. That's what we want, that builds strength. But you don't want to be working through joint pain. So that's why I always remind people just to modify, take breaks as needed. 3, 2, 1, all the way up. We'll do 1 more like that. Nice work. And then you can just shake things out in between exercises. So our next exercise, we're going to be holding down in chair pose, which is another variation on a squat. And we're going to be working the upper body, alternating between rows and flies. So I'll just review those 2 moves. Reach your arms forward. Make a light fist with your 2 hands. Your palms are facing towards each other. Engaging the core, pulling the belly button slightly towards the spine, lower belly scooped. We're going to pull those elbows back towards our sides. And as we're doing that, we're lifting the chest and we're thinking about what our scapula, our shoulder blades are doing on our back. We want them pulling back towards each other. And then reach forward again. So that's your row. Elbows close to the body, pulling back. Reach forward. And we're going to be alternating that with a fly, which is straight arms straight out to the side. Again, thinking about the upper back. Activation, pulling back. These are pulling moves. Opening up, here's your fly. arms down. So that's a little review. We're going to bring our feet either touching or close together. You can start with your hands on your hips to come into your chair pose. So with feet touching, legs together, we're going to bring those hips back again into our imaginary chair, keeping the chest lifted. Arms are going to reach forward to light fists. Pulling elbows close to your side, here's your row. Reach forward and then out to your fly, out to the side. And continue alternating row and fly. And you're breathing. Keep those hips low. Nice work. Thinking about scapula. Pulling back, pulling together, strengthening upper back. I'll turn sideways so you can see what this looks like from this side. You can see I'm hinged at my hips. My upper body's slightly forward, but I'm not rounding my back. My head is in line with my spine. If your legs need a break, you can just straighten your legs, keep going, and then come back down into it. We're going to do 4 more rounds. For 3, 2, last one each way. Nice work. Let those arms come down, straighten up the legs, shake it out. We'll finish with a couple stretches. So let's get close to a wall, or you could be by another support. We're going to start by having a stretch to the front of the hips, front of the thighs, quadriceps. So hand on your support. Put your weight into your foot closest to the wall. Outside leg away from the wall. We're just going to bring our toes back. So I'll give you a couple options here. So here's the first option. And it's always good to even start here and just check in that both hips are still pointing forward, but we have a little bit of opening through this hip flexor, through the hip flexor muscles and into the quadriceps. So our upper body is still upright. From here, another good option, if you have a strap or a belt or a tea towel, you could wrap it around your ankle holding the strap. If it's available to you, you could also hold on to your foot. But I don't want you to compromise what's going on here in order to reach your foot. If reaching your foot means you have to bring your leg forward like this, then you're compromising the stretch, and I'd much rather you just stay right here. So just knowing everyone is different when it comes to stretches and flexibility, find what works for you. And once you get into your position, we're just going to hold here. We have our hand on our support, and we're slowing our breath down. Let's have another full breath. And then bringing that foot forward, give it a little shake, turning to the other side. Same options, and our two sides can be really different from each other, so it's always good to check in. Start by bringing those toes back, just thinking about opening up through the front of the hip. If you're using the strap, you could put the strap around, or you can reach for your foot. Once you're in position for any stretch, just bring your attention to your breath. We want to be able to breathe nice, slow, deep breaths. I just try to aim for about 5 deep breaths when I'm stretching, or longer. And then I'll release my foot. Nice. Let's bring our hands, palms either on your lower back, or clasp your hands behind you. So you can stay with your hands on your lower back, or your clasped hands resting on your lower back, or maybe you extend your arms a little bit away from your back. Whatever position you're in, thinking about chest lifted, shoulders back, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling, big breaths. Let's have another full breath. And then release your arms. Let's bring arms out to that T position with palms facing forward. We're going to cross in front and touch our shoulders and just stay here in this hug stretch. Lifting elbows a little bit away from your body, and then let your chin fall down to your chest. Just have a little stretch into those upper back muscles. Taking a moment to notice which arm is on top, we can lift our head, bring our arms out to the side, and then switch placements so that the other arm is on top. Hold your shoulders, give yourself a little hug, let your chin drop down. Just focus on your breath, allowing your heart rate to come down, breathing to come down. Lifting your head, let your arms come down. We'll finish with one big breath as we reach up to the ceiling and arms down. Inhale, arms up, and exhale down. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.